Producers, listen up. Are you looking for a tape stop VST to really spice up your plugin? Do you like that slow to stop kind of record sound that you hear on some of the popular songs out there? Pretty cool sounding, isn't it? Today, I've actually discovered a new VST called Stop by TapeFI. This is a free tape stop VST plugin. So I went ahead and listened to it for you. But just because it's free and online doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. I've went ahead and saved you time by trying it out and listening to it myself. Let's see if this plugin is actually worth the download time, or can you just go ahead and skip it? Let's go ahead and take a listen to this plugin together. You ready? Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stop by TapeFi. So let's go ahead and go over the plugin first. Then after that, we'll take a quick listen to see how it actually sounds. First, we have pitch here. This is the pitch of how low the tape stop effect is gonna go. So as you can see, as I move my knob here, we have different pitch settings. Moving forward, we have step. Step is essentially how smooth or how rough the tape stop effect is gonna be. Is it gonna be really slow, or is it gonna be kind of just stuttering a little bit? Just kind of giving you a couple of steps there. Try to emulate it with my voice. That was pretty cringe, so forgive me, guys. Then moving forward, we have Digi. Digi is gonna give us a little more of a bite. It's gonna give us a little more of a, almost like a bit crushing effect, digital artifacts in our tape stop effect. So you can just try different things out, especially if you're using this with something like loops. Moving forward, we have wash. Wash here is going to help the tape stop effect not be so abrupt. So as soon as it stops, we get a little bit of a reverb. So things are not as immediate. Kind of gives a little bit of a musical reverb-tail, so that way things don't just sound super, super abrupt. Up here, you can see my mouse. We have the curve. Now the curve is the curve of the tape stop. You can see here this little curve here at the top of the screen, at the top of the plugin. You see how it's bent like that. Then I can pull it down. You can see it's bent inward like that. So you could customize how you want the tape stop effect to operate. Then here we have vinyl. This vinyl button gives us a vinyl sound on our audio. So you could turn it on or off here depending on what you're looking for. I'm just gonna keep it off for now. Then over here, you can see here we have how we're locking things to the grid. So we have the 1/2 triplet, 1/4 dotted. We could just keep going and going and going. So it gives us a couple of different options on how quickly we want things to stop with the tape stop effect. And I'm just gonna go ahead and move this back here to 1. And as you can see here, we have this button. As soon as we press the button, the tape stop effect starts to engage. And we can actually see that this little slider here moves across the word stop. So it's just like a nice little visual aid. And if we want to make the plugin bigger, we can go ahead and do that. We want to make it smaller. So you have a couple of different options here. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play a loop here that I have in my VST. Then we're just going to go ahead and experiment with stop, see what kind of sounds we get, see what kind of textures we can get. Then I'm going to come back and give my feedback on the plugin. So without further ado, I'm going to play the loop dry for a moment. Then we're going to jump right into the audio effect. So let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Stop by TapeFi. As you can see in the moment, I just decided to whip out Edison so I can record that cool tape stop effect here on my loop. I know that's something a lot of you producers do, like to use Edison to kind of resample things and get the effects of what you're using on your loops right there, so you can just drag it and drop it right back into FL Studio or whatever DAW that you're using. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, if I want to manipulate my loops, I could do it that way with Stop, and you know, just go ahead and save it and use it for anything that I need. Now, the actual plugin itself, just gonna go ahead and give a little feedback. You know, I really like the way it sounded. You know, it gave me a lot of flexibility. While I was experimenting with it, I did play with the curve here, and it gave me a cool sound. I like the way, you know, things started out smooth, but then in the moment, I just felt like pushing it up a little bit. I felt like making the tape stop a little more abrupt, and it felt good, and to the point that I actually wanted to use Edison and record it. Other feedback that I have, you know, this plugin is really doing what it said it would do. It's a cool tape stop effect. The only other thing I'm thinking here, guys, is if there was a mix knob. You know, the tape stop did sound good just right there on my audio, but I'm wondering, you know, we have the mix knob here in FL Studio mix level, so we have that stock in FL Studio, but I'm wondering if the developers added a mix knob to kind of cater a little bit more towards the loop makers. I'm wondering how you guys would feel about that. Maybe we can have the tape stop effect kind of tucked away in the background a little bit. And I know how a lot of you guys who make loops are in sample packs. You guys like to go crazy with all types of things, so I'm wondering how that mix knob will work on that. So also, I felt like the vinyl was a little too loud. It loud to the point that I don't know what producer is going to be able to have that vinyl crackle that loud just on the tape stop effect. I'm thinking either we can get rid of the vinyl button in general, it's just not needed, or vinyl could just be added as another knob where you can just add the hiss on the entire audio the entire time. So that's just, you know, a couple points of constructive criticism. But of course, this is a free plugin, so beggars can't be choosers. But this is a really cool VST. You know, I really encourage you guys to download it. It's going to be available in the description or the pinned comment. Go ahead, download it, check it out, use it on your loops, and make sure you come back to this video and leave your comment for the community. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. My name is Desmond A, and I'll be back with more great videos. Peace.
Desmond A.